Hello everyone! In this video, I will be demonstrating why I think the Ceratosaurus is great for boss fights. Now, the main reason is that they have the ability to heal other carnivores with their blood healing explosion. The more the Ceratosaurus attacks targets, and the more venom debuff they have on, the more healing the blood explosion does. Now, you can see at a certain point during this fight that the creatures are healing for 400 plus health, with each explosion. You can also see that it's not just the Ceratosaurus, but the Rex is also healing. You can see that by the numbers directly above its head. Alright, now let's talk about the setup, and then let's do this fight for real. So these are all max level creatures, and they're fully leveled as well, so that's 88 total levels. I only put points into health and melee, and then each Ceratosaurus has around 13k health, and then whatever was left was dumped into the melee. The melee greatly varies as these are not bred dinos, which also means that they do not have an imprint bonus. So their melee stats range from 513% to 740%. Also, they are all using primitive saddles. Now, you may be wondering about the Rex and the UD. The UD, of course, is for the damage bonus and is used in pretty much all boss fights for that reason alone. But the Rex, however, is actually a little bit different. It is there to distract the boss's minions, as the UD would be the largest creature in the boss fight if the Rex was not there, and the boss's minions typically are aggroed with their AI to actually attack the larger creatures first, so we want them to focus on the Rex and not us on the UD. Now, the Rex will eat the minions while he attacks the Broodmother, so he's basically going to go through and just draw the aggro away from us. Also, the Sarah should be able to help heal the Rex as well, because he will be taking quite a bit of damage. Alright, so we're going to go through and get started with the Gamma Broodmother fight, and then we're going to work our way up in difficulty. And we are in. Let's do this. So I start off the boss fight by remounting the UD, of course, and then I whistle all the creatures towards the Broodmother. Now, as the fight starts, you can see the first blood explosion, which actually healed for 110 health, but there's only 3 creatures that got that heal. Now, I'm not using my damage boost yet because I want to show you something. It's important to know that increasing melee damage, or even buffing melee damage like you would with the UD, does not increase the healing effect. The only way to increase that heal is by the amount of attacks that the Sarah does before the explosion happens. Now, you will notice that this next blood explosion that happens heals everyone for 498 total health. This heal proc happened right before I did the UD buff. Now, of course, they are doing significantly more damage and slicing through this boss like butter with this buff, but if you look at the next explosion, you can also see with that UD buff on that they ended up only healing for 486 total health. Just further reinforcing that more damage does not equal more heals. So that is something to make a note of, because that is not something, investing in those melee mutations is not necessarily going to make a difference in regards to the heal. Now, there was an opportunity in this fight. If I had kept the Dinos buff for the entire time with the UD How, then we probably could have beaten this Gamma boss even faster than what we do. And yes, on that note, we do win this fight. From the time we deal the first tick of damage until the Broodmother falls, the entire fight lasts a total of 90 total seconds. It probably could have been done in 15 to 30 seconds faster if they were buffed the entire time. And remember, none of these creatures have any imprints or mutations. They are just fully leveled and default single-player settings. Now, the Gamma Broodmother did not stand a chance whatsoever. I can confidently say we destroyed that boss. Now, if you enjoyed the video, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're not already. Now, let's try the Beta Broodmother. All the creatures are fully healed up, so let's go. Now, in this fight, I immediately use the damage howl to ensure we're getting maximum DPS, as there is quite a jump in difficulty between the Gamma and the Beta Broodmother. Now, I did make a mistake here, and I tried to join in the fight, hoping to be able to just get in a little bit more damage, as I felt that's going to be needed here in this Beta Broodmother fight. But all I really managed to do was piss off the minions, and then they started coming for me instead. However, it was hard for those minions to bunch up and actually deal damage to me, as my creatures actually continued to knock them back with their tailspin attack, which I was extremely grateful for. Now, you can definitely tell in this fight that the damage numbers from the Broodmother are significantly higher than the healing numbers that are popping up, so my creatures are definitely taking some damage. I mean, the one in the front there is taking 1,000 damage per hit. It definitely cannot sustain that much damage for too long, and there it is. There goes a tame. Now, I definitely should have put a bit more health into these guys. Probably around 18 through 20k health would have been an ideal number. Then, of course, having an imprint and mutations would have also helped them not die. Now, if you look at this here, you can see that the UD is currently at 19,634 health. And then after the heal, I was at 20,000 damage before I started taking damage again. So like I mentioned, this can heal all carnivores. Definitely a huge asset. Now, I already told you I made a fatal mistake earlier by getting involved in the fight, but that was a minor mistake because I was able to get out of it. Now, I truly tried to get in the fight because I felt like I absolutely had to if I was going to be able to beat this Beta boss. However, I started face tanking a lot of the damage from the Broodmother to try and help my guys out. And unfortunately, I ended up slowly getting my health whittled down, and I had a little spider nip it on my UD's butt, and basically what happened is my UD died, and then I almost immediately died afterwards. So I did end up losing this Broodmother fight, Now, I truly believe I lost this fight not because of the creatures, but because of my own mistakes. I 100% believe they can beat the beta Broodmother if they just have an imprint and you don't do anything dumb like I did. Now, I was in the beta fight for just under 3 minutes and we'd gotten around 20% health. That's pretty darn good. So it means we honestly probably could have beat it in under 4 minutes, even with what we had I not screwed up. But if we were just going there with an imprint or anything else, even a couple of mutations, it will make miles of difference, and of course I would definitely invest a little bit more into health than what I did. Now, outside of imprints and mutations helping, what about saddles? You're probably thinking, what do I do about my saddles, because those primitive ones are not great. Well, I wish I had an answer for you, but I was unable to find one. I spent around an hour cruising around the island, grabbing literally every single drop I could in creative mode, just to ensure I didn't miss a single one, and there was not a single saddle. Also, my treasure map seemed to be bugged, so I couldn't test those out. But I do have a strong feeling that they probably dropped from cave drops or possibly more often on Scorched Earth, as I felt like I encountered a lot of the creatures more often on Scorched Earth than I did here on the island. Also, I could not find a blueprint either, but all in all, I think they are a great dino, and they really can go through and destroy all of the Gamma bosses. But if somebody could find a blueprint farm and then invest in some mutations, I believe they truly could beat all of the alpha bosses with ease. They just have to have the right gear for it. Alright, speaking of that, I am currently working on breeding up some of these dinos for an alpha fight in the future, hoping to get that done here before the center releases, and I'm praying I can find some good saddles. Oh boy, that'll make the world of difference. Speaking of the center, it should be releasing here in just a few weeks. If you're wanting to have a great start on the map and you want a quick refresher on what to expect on that map, then I recommend you check out this video here.